2015 paper 1 question 9 part D. You're asked hence or otherwise find the length of the longest day in Galway. The longest day, the maximum day, the maximum length of the day. So maximum, all the theory for maximum comes into play here. So f dash of t, the first derivative, and we're going to let it equal to 0. So we got it to be 9.5 pi all over 365 by the cosine of 2 pi t all over 365, and we let that equal to 0. Divide across by the 9.5 pi all over 365, and it 0 divided by that is just 0. And so we get 2 pi t all over 365 is equal to the cosine inverse of 0. Okay, so going to the unit circle. Okay, so this is 1 0 0 1 minus 1 0 and 0 minus 1 cosine sine and so on. Okay, so we're looking for the cosine inverse of 0. So up here, so this is pi over 2, and down here 3 pi over 2. So we have two values for it. So we get 2 pi over t all over 365 is equal to pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2. So t is equal to pi over 2 divided by 2 pi all over 365 and 3 pi all over 2 divided by 2 pi all over 365. And when you work that and cancel that down, you get it to be 365 all over 4 and 1095 all over 4. Now, the longest day, a maximum. So we have to prove that what we have is a maximum. So how we do that is we find f dash dash of t, the second derivative. So we have 9.5 pi all over 365. And when we differentiate cosine, we get minus sine. So minus sine of 2 pi t all over 365 by differentiate our 2 pi t over 365, and we get 2 pi all over 365. And so f dash dash of t is going to be our 2 pi all over 365 multiplied by our 9.5 pi all over 365, and we'll take our minus 2, so it's going to be minus 19 pi squared all over 365, all to be squared by the sine of 2 pi t all over 365. Okay, so we know that that is a negative, so therefore it's a max. Okay, so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my values, the first value, t is equal to 365 all over 4, and I'm going to put that in just to prove that it's a maximum at that value. And so it's going to be minus 19 pi squared all over 365, all to be squared by the sine of 2 pi, and t is 365 all over 4, and it's all divided there by 365. Okay, so f dash dash of 365 all over 4. So we are left with minus 19 pi squared all over 365, all to be squared by, when we work this out and break it down, we find that just to be the sine of pi all over 2. So that's minus 19 pi squared all over 365 by the sine of pi over 2 is 1. So all we care about here is that this is negative. So therefore it's a max at t equal to 365 all over 4. So the question asked us to find the length of the longest day. And remember, the length of the longest day was given by the function f of t is equal to 12.25 plus 4.75, the sine of 2 pi all over 365 by t, and I'm just going to put the t in here as 365 all over 4. So when we break that down, we get 12.25 plus 4.75 by the sine of, when you break this down again, you get this just to be pi all over 2. So it's 12.25 plus 4.75, and the sine of pi over 2 is 1. So when we add 12.25 and 4.75, we get it to be 17 hours is the length of the longest day in Galway.